I think the cutoff might go higher this time for GMCH 2025 examination. Why? Because now you know from where to study, what to study, and the questions seem very easy for you if you have prepared from the four core books for your Mphil clinical psychology examination. So right now what you are watching on your screen is the question paper from your GMCH examination that happened recently, and the questions are what? There is one little trick that is included, or we can say one little twist in this examination, that they have exceeded the number of questions that have to be asked from the therapies. But apart from that, everything is what? Everything is simply your PYQ repeat. Okay, everything over here is a PYQ repeat. So from where the PYQs are repeating, those are repeating from rinpas, evas, and etc. 1 2 3 more examination. We can clearly see the pyqs coming from these examination, and from where you can access all these pyqs is the from the telegram group. Okay, as well as this gmch 2025, you can also access this question paper from the telegram group. The link is given in the description. Okay, now this paper is easy for those who have studied properly, because I can clearly see the questions copy pasted from where, questions copy pasted from these books, and the question from the mock series that I have created, the CANF framework, 7,000 questions. Also the paper, the questions are coming from there only. Okay, so you have two options: either you can read line to line everything from these books, or you can attempt these mock tests as well. Okay, now talking about this paper, this question paper, which of the following models emphasizes the influence of early childhood experiences on psychopathology? Then this paper, this question is, nobody is going to mark the wrong answer. Okay, now see this one, question number 3. Let's focus on question number 3 right now. Now for next time, whenever you are giving MPhil entrance examination, this is a very most IMP PYQ. Okay, about Beck's cognitive triad. You should remember what it is. If you don't know till now, it's completely okay. But for the next time, if you are studying for the MPhil entrance, go search and read more about Beck's cognitive triad. Okay, because this is the one of the most favorite question of your MPhil entrance examination. Okay, now this fourth one is simply a question for your research methods, and this question on schizophrenia. Okay, now this question, see, I have told you that they are going to ask about this thing, type 1 error, type 2 error. Every paper is having this pyq of your type 1 error and type 2 error, and even I have shared you the mnemonic over there as well to remember this Riaz guy. Why? Because reject one, accept second, and you get the answer type 1 error like that. Okay, because we are doing what? R1 is for reject one, rejecting a true null hypothesis is known as your type 1 over here, and accept second will be your type 2. Okay, now this question number 7 is once again an easy one, and this question is directly linked to the NCERT as well, and even to the C book as well. Okay, now what you are seeing right now on your screen is what? Is it your pyq solving guide? And as this is the very first time, you will get this for free in the telegram group. Okay, now you can see in schizophrenia from the C book, you can see positive symptoms appear to be associated with overactivity of dopamine areas of brain, negative with lower dopamine. So what do you need to even think what is the going to be the answer? No, you just know what the answer is. Which neurotransmitter is most commonly associated with schizophrenia? It is dopamine. Options are given as what more? Serotonin, acetylcholine, and glutamate, like that. Okay. Then you have from the N book. Then see once again a PYQ repetition. Okay. This question came in RINPAS about bipolar 1 and bipolar 2, and I have told you this bipolar 1 is once again a favorite of your MPhil entrance examinations. Okay, presence of hypomanic, manic, and this is directly from the N book as well. Neeraj Ahuja, psychiatry, that book, a short textbook that is directly from there. Okay, now a lesion in the left inferior frontal gyrus. For this question, you don't need to know about what is left, what is inferior, what is gyrus. Even if you don't know about all these things, that's completely okay. But you should be knowing about the Facebook and WhatsApp. If you know about Facebook and WhatsApp, this question is super easy for you. Okay, why? Because in the frontal lobe only we are having the Broca area, and in the Wernicke's area, I mean in the temporal lobe, we are having this Broca's area, sorry, Wernicke's area. Okay, so what becomes the answer automatically? That if we are talking about left right, it doesn't matter, of course it's matter, but for here option number B becomes the correct answer, because we are talking about the frontal gyrus. There is no mention about the temporal or temporal, and so in this way the question becomes very easy for you. And see the primary function of the limbic system. How can you miss to answer this? The primary function of the limbic system I have shown you also in the PYQs. Why it will do motor coordination, option number B, emotion regulation and memory, and it is directly from the C book only. You don't need to refer anything. And you can see over here, limbic system, a group of several brain structures located primarily under the cortex and involved in learning, memory, emotion, and your motivation. And the answer becomes automatically easy for you. Emotion, regulation, and memory. All these things needs to be done. Nothing else apart from that. Okay, why you will mark language production? Even if you don't know, that's completely okay. But read book, and you will get your answers like a cakewalk or like a cherry on a cake, whatever that is. Now this thing DBT. Okay, now one thing is important that in this paper GMCH they have heavily dependent upon this therapy. I don't know why, from where, but you will see more questions on therapy, DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, and this REBT, CCT. All the therapies are very important for next time, though they cannot ask all these therapies once again, but you should be prepared very well for the what, for the therapy section. Okay, now who will mark wrong for this answer? Question number 18, which type of therapy focuses on the client's capacity for self actualization? All these questions are super easy, super simple. And one thing is interesting, they have also repeated the PYQ. See question number 24 over here, and we will look into shortly last question around 97-98. That question is going to once again, what is the main goal of existential therapy? Okay, now the same question they are going to ask in a different way. What is the main goal of existential therapy? Resolving unconscious conflicts, why not? Enhancing self actualization, why not? Modifying maladaptive behaviors, yes, they will do all these three. Okay, but they have not given the options, so you know what is the answer over here. That is the main goal of your existential therapy. Thanks to Soren Kierkegaard, Friedrich Nietzsche, and all those guys. Okay. Now, moving forward, in psychodynamic therapy, which defense mechanism involves attributing one's own unacceptable feelings to others? Told number of times that defense mechanism is very IMP. Everything which you are looking in front of your screen right now is coming from these four books only. Okay, where is that question on cognitive distortions? I will tell you shortly where it is. Okay, and this Wisconsin one is from coming from the F book. Okay, what is the primary focus of applied psychology? And you guys are smart, you will not mark incorrect in these answers or these questions. Which therapy technique is based on the concept of unconditional positive regard? Even a 11th class or 12th class, not 11th, 12th class student can mark correctly this particular question. And if you have missed in this, then 99 not percent, 100% you are not going to be getting selected if you have missed this question number 33. Okay, and see acceptance and commitment therapy, 2-3 questions are on this same acceptance and commitment therapy. Okay, which therapeutic approach was developed by Fritz Perls? And we have discussed in one of our PYQ solved videos about Fritz Perls and Laura Perls. And if you have watched that video on therapy on this channel, where we have discussed all the important therapies and their founders and their promoters and all those things. Okay, which therapeutic approach, sorry, not therapeutic, which therapeutic approach was developed by Fritz Perls? Okay, now we will call it as a which therapeutic. Okay, which therapeutic approach was developed by Fritz Perls? Question number 35. Of course, the answer is going to be Gestalt or Gestalt therapy. Cognitive behavior therapy, why? See, dialectical behavior therapy, Marsha M. Linehan is looking at you, and we will move forward to the next question. Which of the following is not a key element of DBT? See, miracle question. This paper is like, I guess, 10 to 15 questions are directly only on one topic, that is therapy. Okay, so if you are going to give GMCH next time, make sure that you do all the PYQs, that is 2023 PYQ. Where you can find this? You can find this on the Telegram channel. You just click on the link in the description and you are good to go. And 2025 paper, these two are very mandatory because you are getting all India category, only one seat for the unreserved. So make sure that you practice so well, and apart from that, read therapies for the next time. Okay, so it makes a place to talk about the therapy book in our upcoming video. Okay, now see which therapy technique involves challenging cognitive distortions and trauma for CBT, everything is coming. In cognitive therapy, which cognitive distortion involves interpreting ambiguous situations negatively? And now see this question number 37. Which technique is not commonly used in psychoanalytic therapy? Okay. This question about free association, dream analysis, and transference interpretation are not used in psychoanalytic therapy. Okay. Only and only cognitive restructuring is used in your psychoanalytic therapy. So I hope you got the correct answer now. Okay. In behavioral therapy, systematic desensitization is used primarily to treat two depression phobias, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. This question is once again directly from the C book. Okay, this question is from the C book. Your phobias will be available to treat. I have told you also, every time you will find this systematic desensitization and all those things, it will automatically see how many therapy questions. My goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the previous page also, 25 to 30 questions are on therapy, I guess, and this is like a heavy one. I have not seen any Mphil paper till now which is asking so much about these therapies. Okay, so if you are preparing for GMCH next time, make sure that you are thorough with these therapies. Though the questions are somewhat easy, but you should be well aware of that. Which of the following best describes delusion? A primary delusion, simple structural family therapy. Which term describes a false sensory stimulus? See, I have told you they will definitely ask about the difference between the delusion and hallucination. And this is the very basic that one should definitely know, what is the difference between a delusion and a hallucination. Whether our external stimulus is present or not present. Okay. Now, changes in consciousness are likely seen in this and that. Therapy. The paper is full of therapy. Triangulation in qualitative research refers to. Okay, now this question is asked from the net. Though you can answer this correctly, but still, if you want to practice more questions, you can refer to the net PYQs for GMCH particularly, because if you do net PYQs, GMCH, all these questions are done and dusted for you, because some net is some higher level, and of course you will be able to clear all these topics very easily. And why it becomes interesting? Because this was a PYQ in 2019 or in a recent one as well. So what it means, using multiple methods to ensure credibility, you will use this method as well, this method as well, this method as well, and you will form the reciprocal determinism triangle. Okay, this is how you link, which compare means of two or more groups. I think cutoff should be above 90 easily, because you guys are smart. You would have definitely marked all these questions correctly. If the following is a type of ordinal data, easy one. Phenomenology focuses on. So once again, the questions are coming from the ebook as well. So we got you all covered. CANF you have to read for the next time. Purposive sampling is what you need to do. Cognitive triad. See, if you know what is cognitive triad, Beck, you will be able to score 2 marks easily. You don't need to worry about anything else. What is the core concept of Bandura's cognitive theory? Observational learning, moral reasoning, classical conditioning. My God, so much difficult question. And what is an example of a cognitive distortion? Observational learning, mind reading, reinforcement, free association. And cognitive dissonance theory was developed by, see once again a PYQ from your Rinpas and Evas. Okay, this is a PYQ from Rinpas and Evas. So if you are preparing for any of these examinations, this PYQ becomes very IMP for you. Okay, now if you can do good in this paper, definitely you are going to do good in Rinpas and Evas as well. And with School of Psychology emphasized introspection, everything, leaving only this question. Lashley's mass action principle, leaving only this question number 85. Everything is coming from the books. Okay, who is considered the father of experimental psychology? Even this is directly from your C book. You don't need to refer anywhere else. Okay, and which lobe of the brain is visible? If you have followed the all PYQ videos, you definitely know what is the proper or minute functioning of all these lobes and groups. Which part of the nervous system is responsible for rest and digest? So I guess last time the cutoff was around 85, so this time also 85 to 90 we can have see a jump, a hike this time for your GMCH 2025 paper. Okay, so this was a quick analysis for your paper, and the paper is on the easier side as we can say, but in the examination hall everything is difficult, agree. Okay, even this question, classical conditioning involves what? It involves what? Classical conditioning, it involves, I don't know, reinforcement, voluntary behavior, involuntary response to stimuli, or modeling. This question is also difficult in the examination hall, completely agree. But if you have revised well, you have done MCQs well, you have read line by line, you are doing things properly, then you will not fear and you will mark each and every questions correctly in the examination hall. Okay, because the standard is only your master's level, so you don't need to read heavy or multiple books unnecessarily for no use. Just read some basic concepts and then you are good to go. The more you will read different topics, the more you will get confused, because the questions who ask about this, who is who, considered the father of experimental psychology, nobody asks questions like these, but this examination has asked this time, so it becomes more unpredictable for the next time. Because of all these long lectures, the tongue is getting some twisted and turns and all these things, but you need to know twists and turns. You just need to follow some simple framework, do these books, and you can clear any Mphil entrance examination you want if you just stick to this and follow this complete plan of studying from these books only. Okay. Alright, till then, goodbye, see you all in the next video. And if you if you want to have this PYQ solving guide, which is somewhat not in the complete arena, but yes, somewhat you get a guide how to read for the next time, you can just simply join the Telegram channel to get this completely free of cost for your GMCH 2025 paper. Okay, so what you will remember for the next time if you sit for 2026, that point number one, you will do the PYQs of 2023 plus PYQ of 2025. Okay. If you are not able to find it, just simply join the Telegram channel, go to the media section and you will find it from there. Number next, you will read more on therapies, though they will not ask next time, but you have to be well prepared, well aware. And third and not the last, just follow the basic books. Okay, wait. Third one is what? Third one is your just simply follow the basic books and revise and practice well. You don't need to do n number of questions unnecessarily. You just need to follow some 1000, 2000, 10,000 questions and revise them again and again, so that it becomes impossible for you to mark incorrect in the examination hall. If you want me, I can show you. This is written directly even in your NCERT. Okay, this question number 7th, which neurotransmitter is most commonly associated with schizophrenia? This is directly mentioned in your NCERT as well. Okay, so you can also refer to NCERTs as well. It completely depends upon you. But if you'll follow the CANF, then nothing else is required more than that. I hope you like the video, you learned something, and you will follow this thing for your GMCH 2026 session, because the seats are very limited and the capacity of students is very on the higher side. So make sure that you revise well, read well, and stay blessed from the best. And thank you.